Rick Neuheisel, CBS Sports college football NFL analyst. He was at the draft, and always great to talk to you, Rick. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to put you on the clock. You are the GM of the Atlanta Falcons. With the 8th pick, the Falcons are taking who?
I think you had to give either another weapon to Kirk Cousins. Rome Odunze was there, right? That's why would have been my pick, Rome Odunze. But I'm not going to second guess him. I think the quarterback position is so vital, and having played with what they believed without one a year ago, here was a guy that they believe in, can have a great career in Michael Penix. You don't know how long you're going to have Cousins, given his age and the fact that he went down with an Achilles last year. I understand the pick. I just wonder about how you divvied up the resources.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I know that people are trying to, give this take 3 years. Hey, he's going to be your future. Okay, the NFL is about now.
No question.
Okay, are you trying to tell me there aren't going to be any good quarterbacks in the next 3 years that you go, gosh, no, we got our guy? And I know you might not be in that position. The Falcons select 8th every single year, Rick. So I would have done something. First of all, I wouldn't have brought in Kirk Cousins. I wouldn't have done that. If in my mind, we were going to take a quarterback or there's the potential for that quarterback, I would have found something to play quarterback if I'm viewing the future here. If it's not about now, then don't worry about getting your quarterback now. It feels like there's two different messages here. Hey, we want to win now, $100 million, Kirk Cousins. Hey, but we got our future here. We didn't help the quarterback we just brought in.
And that's what makes this pick messy. That's what makes this pick messy and why it's the subject of so much debate, because you've devoted so much of your resources, hundreds of millions of dollars, to Kirk Cousins and the position. And we all know in the NFL, you only have so much of a pie. And to be effective as a quarterback, as he just was in Minnesota, the reason you paid him that kind of money is the weapons that he enjoyed right there in Minnesota and what he does in terms of distributing to them. And here was Rome Odunze to go along with Drake London, to go along with Bijan Robinson, to go along with Kyle Pitts. All of that would have been a beautiful thing. But now you've said, no, we don't need Rome Odunze. We're going to get a guy that's going to be his understudy and be the guy that takes his place. That, to me, was a little risky.
Who should be more upset today? Kirk Cousins or Michael Penix?
Oh, Cousins. Michael Penix is going to get paid, and Michael Penix is going to have the luxury that most first-round quarterbacks don't get, which is the ability to learn from the sideline.
Yeah, but he's ready to go. I heard the most pro-ready of all these quarterbacks. If he goes to the Raiders, he starts right now. He's going to wait 3 years? Best case scenario? Man, I would be upset.
I don't think so. I think he's going to be fine. Listen, we just watched this experiment with Jordan Love. Jordan Love just had a nice year. Everybody's believing that Jordan Love's future is, a beautiful mosaic. Looking forward to what he's going to produce.
But do you think that was the right choice for the Packers? I know that Rodgers didn't play well prior to that, and then they drafted him. I thought it was the wrong pick. It turned out to be correct in the long run. You had Rodgers in his mid-30s, and you didn't help him.
All the people here when I was with them in Detroit said it was the Ron Wolf theory. Always have a great one in the wings.
Okay.
And obviously Terry Fontenot somehow believes the Ron Wolf theory.
We're talking to Rick Neuheisel, CBS Sports college football analyst, former head coach. If you were a running back in high school, would you want to stay a running back in high school if you thought about that you were going to be a special football player? I'm curious what the running back position looks like in 10 years from now in the high school level.
That's a fascinating question. Well, the first trickle-down effect of what's happening in the NFL is guys are going to stay in college. The name, image, and likeness money in college is going to be more enticing. Let me get a few more years of this particular bonanza. And enjoy that. But the counter to that is you tread off the tire, right? There's not, and how much time am I going to get? I don't believe there's second contracts waiting for running backs. So I think you've got to strike while the fire's hot and take advantage of where you're going to be compensated and feel good about how you're being used. But you're right. People in high school are going to say, let me play corner, let me play wide receiver, let me play quarterback. Those are the three positions. As you saw the whole first round, the game is a matchup game. Anybody that's got a one-on-one matchup, a corner, a wide receiver, an edge rusher, or a tackle, those one-on-ones, that's where the focus was all first round.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, though, when you look at just how much, and maybe this is an anomaly with all of the offense that was selected, even the drop-off in quarterbacks, Rick. Like after the first round.
137 picks without.
That's an all-time record. It was so top-heavy, and I don't know if NIL or the pandemic year that guys got, that this was an aberration, that you had a lot of talent, and then you didn't really have much talent after that.
Yeah, it's unique. And those guys that might have been the second and thirds might have stayed. The COVID extra year of eligibility, which we saw both Bo Nix and Michael Penix benefit from, that has become something that everybody loves to do, right? Let me see if I can go take another year of eligibility, have a great year, and see if I can enhance my stock for next season and get paid while doing it.
What was the draft you loved? Which team?
I love the Rams. I thought Jared Verse, obviously everybody had him on their list as an edge guy, and he's a nice story. The kid who transfers from Albany grows into this great specimen that can come off the edge. But Braden Fisk is a hard charger, right? You lose Aaron Donald, and he's not going to replace Aaron Donald, but he's got that mentality. Football is life, right? Blake Corum is the same kind of guy, one of the leaders of that Michigan team that goes 15-0. Cam Kinchens from Miami is a all, instinctive safety. I thought they got a lot of good football players, people that love the game. I'm going to be watching for the Rams to do something special this year.
If you were programming Hard Knocks this year, which team would you put on?
Oh, that's a good one. Where would we go with Hard Knocks? Kansas City would be fun. I like that they got Xavier Worthy, a speedster. Just watching the conversations between the quarterback there and the young receiver and how to shape things. They also got the kid, the tight end from TCU, and watching him get some up close and personal counsel from Travis Kelce.
Yeah, but you don't get Taylor Swift in Hard Knocks. I'm just letting you know that.
Well, why not? Why not? I'm just asking. She bakes cookies. I mean, goodness gracious. Why can't we have her in Hard Knocks?
Do you think
we've had her everywhere else, Dan?
Do you think the Falcons would be interesting on Hard Knocks?
They would be. But I think Kirk Cousins is going to play this as the gentleman that he is. And by the way, I think Kirk Cousins is going to be the next great announcer. I'd listen to him on the Manning cast.
You know what? They would prefer he was the next great quarterback. Just letting you know.
I'm just telling you, he's going to have a nice couple of seasons there in Atlanta, but soon he's going to be hastened off into a television setting, and he's going to be fantastic. Listen to him.
Hastened.
Yeah. Well, Michael Penix the time is coming for Michael Penix.
Good to talk to you as always, Rick. Thanks for joining us.
It's always a treat, Dan. See you now, buddy.
Rick Neuheisel, CBS Sports, college football, NFL analyst. Maybe Kirk Cousins could go into the CBS NFL Today show. Maybe sooner than later, since they're making changes, getting rid of Boomer Esiason and Phil Simms.